This is a story of the best year of my life.
I need somebody. Give me somebody to love.
I started off the year as a senior in university, and at the time I was doing a degree that I wasn't really passionate about, so my future seemed very uncertain. I think this is probably something a lot of people can relate with. At the time I was doing electrical engineering, but my passions were in tennis and in music. The thing that fueled me the most was creating. And so looking into the year, it was very much about figuring out how to be able to create a life tailored to just that. So early in the year, I decided to do Project 30, which essentially is 30 songs in 30 weeks. And I did this because at the time I wasn't very happy with my skills as a producer. So I challenged myself. This takes us on to the best semester of my life. It was probably one of the hardest, having to balance everything, but it was certainly the most rewarding. I was finally dedicating a big amount of my time to something I was extremely passionate about. Being my last tennis season at university just meant that I was giving it 100%. So everything really just started to come together.
No bounce? No bounce? You guys are playing 2 days. There needs to be a bounce. Come on.
Love I'm made of. All my friends try and keep it simple, 'cause this life's amazing. Every time I see you, all the love I'm made of. I turn into a hero with the love I'm made of.
Before I knew it, graduation had arrived, and it was honestly a couple of the most beautiful days ever. I had my family there, I had all my friends there. It's hard to put into words just how amazing those few days were.
All my friends, life's amazing.
That brings us to the halfway point, the summer, where I flew back home and I faced probably one of the toughest decisions I've had to do. Yet, it was oddly simple.
Seeking an answer, nobody's found. Reaching new limits, unlimited bounds.
I think the conflicting part was that the advice I was receiving was, you should always focus on one thing in order to be a master of that one thing, because it's very easy to stretch yourself thin. However, at the time, I had the music, I had the tennis, content creation, videos. I had a lot of different passions, and I couldn't give up one of them. I just had this feeling that I had to pursue all of them.
Naturally, head on my shoulders, I'm looking farther. This is the moment I've been waiting.
So it was very much about figuring out, how do I make that work for me? And here's what I did. Step 1, I became a professional tennis player. Step 2, I started a YouTube channel. This was so that I could document my journey as a tennis player and to document everything I do around it. Step 3, use my music as the soundtrack to those videos. When I make music, I always picture the setting. I always picture the emotion and the place in which it's being experienced. So these videos and having the opportunity to use my music has been one of the most rewarding processes I've ever done. Which brings us to step 4. Which is create a clothing brand that encapsulates all of that. Encapsulates each and every single one of those dreams. But not only that it also inspires people to follow their own dream. So I started Rev. And over the last few months, I've actually been playing tennis with my own tennis clothes, as well as launching the first collection of Rev.
That's pretty good though. Look at that. Yes, sir.
As the year drew to its close, I ended up traveling to my first tennis tournament internationally to Greece. And it was honestly just incredible. Aside from the tennis being great, I ended up meeting some incredible people. I was hosting dinners. I had invited them over to writing sessions in my apartment. We made songs together. It was just honestly completely unexpected.
So far away, I'm missing
that my formula was working, that everything fed into itself and helped itself. Everyone there wanted to be part of the videos, they wanted to be part of the music, and on top of that, we would support each other on the sides. It was extremely special, and I think the best part of it all is that I fell in love with the lifestyle that I had chosen. I will say that during this trip, I read the best book I've ever read, The Courage to Be Disliked. And I don't say this just for the sake of saying it. I say it in case you're listening and it might inspire you to pick up this book, because it honestly has changed my life. The best way I can describe it is I've had this manual inside of me as to how to approach life, and I've kind of acted instinctively on it. But what this book has done is taught me the language in which this manual is written in. And now I'm able to understand myself and the actions, and just ultimately it's just giving me the courage to be happy. And I highly would recommend it to anyone. Now, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, just reflecting upon the year that I've had, but also extremely excited upon the year that's coming up. I'm sure I've left out a million details, especially all the little moments with friends or even a stranger. And I say that because the little moments are what gives life meaning. It is the joy you find in those moments that really does make the difference. I cannot wait to carry on sharing this journey, making videos, making music, and above all, just carrying on being happy. Thank you to all of you for all the support. Here's to 2023.
Tribute to the seekers, those who inspire us. Heroes to the living, lifting us from the ground. Tribute to the seekers, making the moment lost. Healing us and lifting us from the ground.